Did I post the link? We are live and under fire here at Chilled Ponds, the real one, as your Raleigh Raptors take on the Philadelphia Genesis. Here in the semifinal matchup. Oops, I didn't post it. Okay. So, hold on, everyone, as I post the link into the team chat. There we go. So anyway, welcome to Chilled Ponds, the real one, the one that's close to our hotel, the one that we wanted to be at in the first place, the true reason why we tried so hard to win last night. This is a 1 versus 4 seed matchup here in the semifinals. But I'll be honest, all these teams are pretty evenly matched. The Genesis came in first place out of the round robin, but they weren't dominant. They weren't blowing teams out 9-0, 10-0, that type of thing. So it's not like it's a team that has been seeded incorrectly or put in there that shouldn't be there. It seems like all these teams are pretty evenly matched, so everybody's got a chance.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think we're looking for today. Anything can happen on, Championship Monday, especially in the semifinals. Just giving yourself a chance in the third period. Stay within a goal, possibly tied, maybe be up if you can, but just play smart, good team hockey.
Absolutely. Smart play is the key. I mean, you want to win or lose, you want to be able to be on that ride home and be proud of the output that you had. We've had a couple of situations this season where we've been in tournaments and we've been in consolation games. And again, no one wants to play in a consolation game, so the effort doesn't end up being there, and things happen that you don't want to happen, potential of injuries, and this one means something. So win or lose, it'll be at least a halfway decent ride home. If we win here, it's going to be a much later ride home. So
That's right.
there are trade-offs, but as a selfish hockey parent, you have to go, well, figure out what you really want. And we want our kids to be successful, and we want these Raleigh Raptors to win a ship.
That's right. And I think to be undefeated at this point after pool play, heading into today, says a huge testament to the team. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. All right. The boys are heading over to the bench. Let's do our official count. There's 1, there's 2. There's 1, there's 2. Oh, please let there be a third one. That's not a good sign. We've had 3 officials throughout the tournament series, but in this game, it looks like we will only have 2.
Tom, what do you run into when you don't have an additional referee or, in this particular case?
It becomes difficult because positioning becomes an issue with an 18U team. The game moves pretty fast, so you need the two officials to be in place, be able to see offsides, angles for goals, that type of thing, as Lombardo brings it in. Over to Keener. Keener in front. It gets deflected away and now go all the way into the opposite zone. Brady Scott goes to pick this one up. He'll send it around the boards. Good pass over to Keener. Keener will bring it into the zone. There's the shot on net. Swallowed up by the Genesis, and we'll get a stoppage. 13-19 left in the first period. No score. Good movement there early for the Raptors. So
good offensive zone pressure, like that.
Absolutely. You want to get out there. These two teams have not played each other in the round robin, so you want to make a good first impression early and just let them know they're not going to be a pushover, even though they're the 4th seed. Puck gets dumped out all the way down ice. Perkins sends it all the way back. That was close to being icing, but just the angle was not there. That one's going to be an icing, though.
That was a very interesting play that they seemed to be running there, where it wasn't a clearing icing of the puck. They actually had a player racing towards the offensive zone. So hopefully we caught on to that and we'll watch that.
Yeah. In front, knocked away by the goaltender. Sent down ice. Amistad will pick it up, and we got a whistle. High stick. Did not notice that one myself, but Cullen Fisher will go into the box. So the Raptors get an early penalty kill here with 12:52 left in the first. Faceoff sent over to Scott. Scott will flip it out of the zone. Knocked down by the Genesis, but Stegall knocks it away from him. Almost gets a trip there. But Luke Stegall, too good of a skater to get weakly tripped like that. Still in the neutral zone. Genesis, some good puck move there. Drop pass back to the point. Sends around into the corner. Tied up. Scott introduces himself. Sent cross ice. Brown goes after it. Brown sends it down ice for the clear. Corbett will go chase after it as we get a partial line change here. Defensemen stay on. Forwards come off. Jaden Rogers and Patrick Lee come on. As the Genesis drive in, shot, good save there by Perkins. And Scott sends it the length of the ice for the clear. 55 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Raptors. Scott with a slapper there that Scott
oh boy, 5-on-3.
Scott with a few too many strides there.
God.
You got to take a better angle at that to when you go direct into a player like that near the boards, that's going to get a call every time. If you can kind of work it into the corner there and kind of get the indirect check, you should be okay. But 5-on-3 now against the Raptors. Brown loses his balance now. Sent over to the other corner. Way too much traffic in front. Shot is deflected. Now out to the point. Genesis will try to put this on net. Score! And the slash after the goal will make this a 4-on-4 because we get one player out of the box. Scott will stay in. Fisher comes out because of the goal scored on the power play But the Genesis player in the slot after the goal was scored slashed one of the Raptors players. I think it was Edwards. He's just so slashable.
If that happens before the goal, does the goal count? Or
that's probably a judgment call. I mean, the puck is in the air at that point, so I'd say they'd probably end up counting that in that case. Taken away from Amistadi, but then recovered. Lombardo will pick it up. He sends it cross ice over to Morris, who also introduces himself. Lots of introductions early on. Shot goes high. The Genesis will recover. Morris throwing the body early. Back in. Advance forward. Shot on net. Not icing. Tied up. Genesis have it behind the net. Gets knocked away. Sent out to the point. Blocked there. Roy gets a piece of it. Attempted to send out. That's blocked. Still kept in, though. Genesis with a shot. That's blocked. Knocked down. No hand pass. That was just dropped. That was fine. Cross ice pass. Morris gets a piece of it. Now it's knocked down. Little puck movement there. Kept in the zone. Genesis still have it. There you go, Nick. Knocked away. Genesis have it. Shot on net. Pad saved by Perkins. Lombardo will skate down ice. No icing there. That's waved off. Now the Raptors have a 14-second power play here. Puck sent all the way down ice. Someone's going to have to get it. Fisher picks it up. Absorbed that one, and puck intercepted, sent back the other way. Now we're back to 5-on-5 play. The Genesis will bring this one in. There you go, Fisher with a big check on the boards. Still fighting for it. Sometimes when you have a size disadvantage, it's all about positioning, and Cullen Fisher showed it there. Now behind the net, put out in front, but picked up by Corbett. Corbett around the defender. He's got one player to beat. Shot on net. Pad save. Rebound.
Good opportunity there.
Good follow-up. Now brought into the zone. Good shot by the Genesis. Gloved down by Perkins. We'll get a stoppage. 8:30 left in the first period. The Genesis have a 1-0 lead.
Hey, Tom, just to point out here while we have a break, this Philadelphia team, if you can't see it at home, has a great team speed, passing, shooting. They really have a lot. So Raptors are contending with a huge hurdle, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, this is definitely a solid team that knows how to properly move the puck, shoot the puck. In front! And we're going to get a whistle.
Oh, man.
Scott back to the box. Let's see what that penalty is this time. Oh, that's going to be a rough. A little too much turmoil in front of the crease. That was difficult. Looked like about 3 different players could have been called for something there. Bodies were flying, but 8:02 left. We'll have another penalty to kill for the Raptors. Genesis out to the point. And just with their puck movement, the Genesis is not a team that you want to give a one-player advantage to. In front, still tied up. There's the second player in front. Shot. Rebound. Now sent out to the point. It gets stuck in the Raptors' head sometimes that they want to make the best play, but the best play when you're trying to kill a penalty is to get the puck the heck out of the zone instead of looking for the best pass. Puck sent into the corner. Genesis will hold on to it. Now that's down.
Thought we heard a whistle first time.
Net was off the bearings. Those high quality Virginia Beach magnets here. As I get a text message from the hotel that I've already checked out at, asking me how the stay's going so far. It's going great. I'm not there anymore. And puck sent down the ice by Fisher. Corbett on his horse. If you're doing, yep. Now Corbett goes down in the corner of which we cannot see there. Now we can see what's going on. Breakout here for the Genesis. They have it taken away though. Recover back behind the net. Fight in the corner. Sent off the boards. There's the shot. Glove save and a beauty by Perkins, and we get a stoppage. 6:27 left in the first. 25 seconds left in the penalty kill. Genesis up 1-0. Tie up there. Genesis get the puck, send it on net. Perkins with the pad save and then a cover, so we'll try this again. 20 seconds left in the penalty kill. Puck drop. Again, shot on net, pad save. Actually, I think a little bit of the stick got it on that one. But Perkins covers. 3 seconds have elapsed since the last time I mentioned something about this. Tied up again. Out to the point. Genesis look for the opportunity there. They'll send it around the boards over to the other side. Fisher gets a piece of it, but Genesis will still send it cross ice pass. That's the penalty. So we're back to 5-on-5. Drive player. Sent there to Scott. Scott picks it up. He's got an opening. Here's the shot. That goes wide. Tough angle. Check there along the board. Stegall gets in there. Sent back the other way. As the Raptors will attempt a line change as the puck is in their offensive zone. Genesis, with the puck movement, they'll dump it in. On net. It's along the boards. Edwards sends it around the boards the other way. Gets it out of the defensive zone. Genesis drop back into their defensive zone. Big stretch pass there. Edwards has it. He'll flip it forward. Icing waved off. Someone's catching the you really should actually get those puck moves. Sent backwards. Stegall has it. He'll look to bring that one in. Dumps it. Genesis have it. But Scott keeps it in. He'll dump it back. They'll go chase. Philly has it in the corner. Big contact there. At least it looked like it. People went in. Scott keeps it from going into the defensive zone. Lee will try to flip it out. That gets run into. Scott will flip it out. Past Roy. Now on the boards. Dumped in. Scott will go chase after it. He'll slap it around the boards. Kept in by the Genesis, but they can't find it. Roy tries to get it out. That gets knocked around, but still kept into the Raptors defensive zone. They'll try to get it out. Still kept in at the point. They'll send it around the boards. Scott loses an edge, but recovers. Cross-ice pass. Perkins was waiting for it. I sent out to the point. There's the shot. Deflected. Poked away. Shot. That one goes wide and then bounces into the nets. Home run swing there by the Genesis into the netting to try to get the puck dislodged, but didn't work. 3:37 left in the first. Genesis still up 1-0.
We're seeing a lot of defending on our end. We are getting some offensive zone time, but really feel we need more of that in order to put some quality shots on goal. Again, very difficult. Just got to continue to stay out of the penalty box and keep working.
Faceoff goes over to the boards. Kicked back, sent back. Amistade working hard to get it past the conglomerate of players along the boards. Genesis will finally dump it to the other side. Fisher takes it. He'll send it down ice. And despite the fact that I was sent into a group of players, Coach Winter thought that may have made contact with some of the other players, but Cullen Fisher, forever the captain, explains to his coach, no, that was icing. My bad. Face off here. One-timer shot. Good designed play off the face-off there by the Genesis to send it back to one of their defensemen who puts it immediately on net. Fisher here has it behind the net. He'll send it over to Driggers. Driggers tries to send it over the other way. Fisher gets a piece of it, though. So now Morris gets it out of the zone. The Genesis take control, though. Sent back the other way. Genesis with the entry. They're looking to cross paths. Can't get to it, though. There's the shot. That's going to go wide. Doesn't matter how hard you hit the glass. It still doesn't count as a point. Sent in, bouncing pass. Bounces over Amistade's stick, but rolls safely over to Perkins, who smothers it.
This Philadelphia team seems to really be defending way in our defensive zone, making it difficult for us to get out. Just got to continue to find ways when we have the puck and some space to be able to find ways into the offensive zone. This could be a long game here.
Scott looked like he was ready to rip that one, but couldn't get all of it, unfortunately. Now, board battle here. Morris ties up to the player, but goes out. Genesis from the point. Big pad shot there by the Genesis player trying, again, I understand it. If the whistle has not blown, poke away, slap away. The official has not told you to stop, so keep going.
Oh, no, Brady. Oh, God. Brady, come on.
So that's Scott's third, so they're going to have to be very careful with him for the remainder of the game. Because, again, 4 penalties in a game gets you a game misconduct, which means you're out for the rest of the game and potentially any future games that end up getting played. So puck goes out here as the Genesis are back on the power play. Check there on the boards. Tied up, goes out to the point. Genesis have it, shot on goal. In front, massive humanity. In front, that gets deflected away. Ooh, that was a dangerous attempt there. Oh, that was real close to going offside. Shot, score. Got under Perkins' pad. Again, real close to that puck getting over that blue line. But they're just 2 men. So with 1:13 left in the first period, the Genesis hold a 2-0 lead. It's going to be a little tough hole to crawl out of for the Raptors that have had some difficulty scoring in the past couple of games. Genesis have it taken away. Roy with a big hit. Roy gets possession back of the puck. He gets sent into the boards. So we're going to get an interference call. And that player is lucky it's only an interference call because you could hear him yell about it from the other side of the ice. That's not sportsmanlike. And a lot of times that'll get you a misconduct. But it doesn't in this situation. So with 52.5 seconds left in the first, the Raptors will go on the power play. Puck drop. Corbett has it. He's looking for the pass. Sends it out to the point. Fisher back to Corbett. Shot. Pad save. Roy with a turnaround shot. That gets sent away. Cross ice pass over to Amistadi. Amistadi chases after it. We'll send it around. Scott looked like he got caught up in something there. Sent out. Fisher has it. Shot on net. Rebound. Vicious cross check there. More interference. And we're going to have a 5-on-3. As again, we'll call that one an interference, but that looked uglier than it could have been. Again, the Genesis player debating his case. Looking like he was saying, hey, I just cross-checked him. I didn't interfere. Still the same thing. 2 minutes is 2 minutes regardless. 17.4 seconds left. 125 of a 5-on-3 here. Let's see if the Raptors can capitalize.
This is where we talk about keeping the game close. You got a 5-on-3. We're really critical here that we get at least one back here.
Now the official going over to the scorekeeper. Not sure what the issue is here. So we've got one penalty and then another penalty. That's 2 penalties. That's how it is. What are we negotiating here? So we're re-putting penalties on the board or not. There's the one penalty back. Oh, the double minor. That's what the issue is. So, double minor there. So, we'll still have the extended 5-on-3 here.
12 seconds. 12 seconds.
So, minimal time, 4 seconds, 3. They'll just try to send it down ice. Gets knocked away. So, that's going to be the period. So, at the end of 1, the Raptors are down 2-0 to the Philadelphia Genesis. And since we've got a minute or so to kill, let's talk about the Genesis, and specifically, were they better once Peter Gabriel left? Now, the Peter Gabriel Genesis, a little bit more out there, a little more prog rock, but when Peter Gabriel left Genesis and went off on a solo career, he had more mainstream success with songs such as Sledgehammer. But on the flip side of that, once Peter Gabriel left, Phil Collins took over as lead singer for Genesis, although Phil Collins went off on his own solo career as well. But Genesis themselves had more of their mainstream hits there. So not often you find a situation where someone leaves the band and both band and solo artists are better off for it. So what you just missed was I was discussing the Genesis, and more importantly, Dave, how when Peter Gabriel left the band was actually more successful after the fact, but then Peter Gabriel had his own personal success. So it actually turned out to be a win-win situation in both those. Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer most commonly sampled in hip-hop because one of the better beats that came out during the 80s. Personal favorite of mine, Pop Goes to the Weasel by Third Base, that samples that beat. That was easily their biggest hit. As the Raptors take the face-off and will dump it in, they'll go chase. Again, 5-on-3 now for the next minute. Fisher sends it up. Looked like it might have gone into the netting, but now that gets dumped out. Edwards will go chase. He's got the puck. He'll send it over. Oh, too much movement there. Nastigal has it drop past Edwards. Shot from the point. Rebound. Shot. Score! Stigall with the rebound there.
Let's go, Raptors!
So we'll see where the secondary assist ends up going to if such a thing happens. So Edwards with the shot, initial block. I believe Corbett got the second shot in. And then the third shot, which was the key, with Luke Stigall burying it, making it a 2-1 game. Raptors will still be on the power play for we're at 2 minutes 55 seconds left. The Genesis have 5-on-4 now. Sent back the other way. Amistadi goes after it. Raptors have it behind the net. Pass there. Keener will take it. Keener sends the pass forward. Brown will chase. Shot. Save. And we'll get a stoppage.
Hey!
Hey, Tom, we're getting some good opportunities now, which is always nice to see.
Yep, absolutely. And I will say this. I was critical of the two-referee system. These guys are on top of everything. They're not letting stuff happen. And now the Raptors will go back on a 2-minute long 5-on-3. Great opportunity for them. So for the Raptors, let's go back to action here. Raptors looking, passing around, puck movement. Brown shot gets deflected. Tied up. Morris can't find it. He's going back for it. Still ties it up. But sent all the way down ice. Score officially, Luke Stigall with the goal. Assist by Addison Corbett and Owen Edwards with the secondary. Telling you, these officials seem to be on top of things. Let's see if they know about the secret extra second on the clock. Puck over to Amistadi. There's a shot from the point. High. Vicious check there on Noah Keener by... Wait. Check on Keener by Xander Morris. Okay. Xander Morris not sent to the box. for checking his own player. Stegall now with the face-off. That gets sent back to the Genesis. They will try to whip it down ice, and they do. So sent back all the way. Edwards will go pick this one up. 1:06 left of the 5-on-3. Raptors down 2-1. Oh. I don't know. That was close. But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt because they've been making some good calls already this game. Now, puck sent in. Fisher will pick this one up. He will do the zone entry. Back to the point. Edwards has it. Sends it over to Roy. Roy with a shot. Into the pad. Swallowed up by the goaltender. We'll get a stoppage. 11:18 left in the second. 42 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Genesis 2, Raptors 1 on the goal from Stegall. Tied up. Roy sends it back to Fisher. Fisher over to Edwards. There's a shot. Didn't get all of it. Edwards recovers. Sent over. There's Roy with a shot on pad save. And sent down ice. Perkins comes out of his crease to go send it forward. Corbett will go bring it in. He's got Stegall with him. In front!
Knocked off.
Good opportunity, but the goal gets knocked off the pegs.
Goalie hits us with his back skate.
Oh!
Bench minor on Genesis. Hippopotamus strikes again.
Wow. So we'll get a third player in the box for the Genesis. Now, there's 8 seconds left on the first penalty. That will keep going, but the penalty that's going in there right now, the 2-minute penalty, doesn't start until the 8 seconds elapse in that penalty. So it's still going to be a 5-on-3.
But not to mention the goalie kicking the goal off during that earlier sequence, uncalled. But we can't hope for every penalty.
But we still got a bench minor out of it because I don't know who was saying something over there on the bench, but this Genesis team needs to mind their P's and Q's. Amistadi sends it in. Rogers gets a piece of it. He can't go out. Yeah, no, he can't go out of the box. It's still a 5-on-3. They can't get a 5-on-4 advantage. Genesis tried to send somebody out of the box. You cannot. And now they can because now it's a 5-on-4. The Genesis go and they send this one all the way down ice. Brown gets to it. Genesis with a little bit of pressure there. Now that's sent forward. Genesis will bring this in. Amistadi gets it out. That goes off of a stick, so there'll be no icing there. Sent back around the other way. Amistadi will go chase after it. Pass over to Driggers. Brown will take it. Sends it over. Patty Lee has it. He's looking for the pass. Nope. Ends up with a shot. That was a good one. Shot off of Brown. Good job by Rogers there to keep it in. In front. There's Edwards with a slapper. And now it goes back the other way. Good speed there. Knocked away. Good defensive play there by the Raptors to catch up. Now dropped in. Edwards will take it behind the net. He's looking for the stretch pass. Sent over. Keener will take it. That gets taken away. Sent in. Raptors have it. They'll try to get it out of the zone. Does not. That goes high off the glass. Tough situation for the Raptors here because you got Dagan Brown that's been out there for a while, but it's difficult to make the line changes in the second period because the bench is over on the other side. Edwards tries to flip it forward. It gets deflected and goes over the glass, allowing a much-needed line change for the Raptors. 8:12 left in the second period. 2-1 Genesis. Some good opportunities there for the Raptors, but unable to fully capitalize. But it's tough. You had a lot of extended play, and again, with the second period, it's tough to quickly shift players in and out. Puck sent down ice. That's going to go and get into the crease area, so no icing there. Genesis have it. They'll try to get it out. Good keep by Keener. But the Genesis on top of it, they'll knock it out. Dumped in again. Morris goes chase after it. In front, Lombardo with a shot! What an opportunity there. But the goaltender able to get hold of it. Oh, and a beauty of puck movement there. 2-on-1. Genesis right on the back door.
Hey, Tom, I still think we're right there. 3-1. We just had a great scoring opportunity. 7:33 left in the second. If we continue with these chances, just got to keep it close until the third.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping a level head. This Genesis team seems to have a short temper, so we might be able to get a few power plays out of that. And whenever you have the man advantage, that's a good thing. So face-off goes in. Genesis have it. And again, that goal that the Genesis just scored was a beauty. There's almost no way to defend something like that. Now, puck sent down ice. Roy coming after it. Poke check. Well, a punch thrown directly in front of an official.
Didn't really need to throw the punch, but
the official telling the player, you punched him in the face. Well, and he's
okay.
The official smiling like, what did you think was going to happen? You did it directly in front of me. But Stegall looks like he's also going into the box, so we'll have coincidings on this one. Not sure the penalty on Stegall. I'm not sure if there was a trip or anything that got that player, that Genesis player, to go flying into the goal there. Oh, no. Stegall's fine. Stegall went for some self-punishment. We don't kink shame here on this broadcast.
So humble.
Hey, the goal!
I'm disappointed that our fans said something. I really wanted them to start the play with the goal completely off the moorings.
That makes play a little more difficult.
Not that it's already difficult to score anyway. Like, score with a goal like that.
Starting to feel like the world is stacked against us.
So hear me out. New rules. Goalie can take the goal wherever he wants to. Just strap it to his back, skate around, make it a little bit of an extra difficult thing. I don't know. Maybe the next X Games. So Stegall with the faceoff. As the Raptors go again on the power play, Roy gets a piece of it behind the net. Sent out. Amistadi sends it high stick. I guess the Raptors touched it first because that was absolutely a high stick. Sent out. Edwards will have to hold on to it. He'll dump it in. Everyone back onside, so now they'll go chase. Genesis will try to flip it all the way out. They do. Perkins goes to chase after it. Edwards has it. He's looking for the pass. Sends it over. But Corbett unable to get a piece of it, so that'll go into the zone for an icing. 6:31 left in the second period. 1:19 left in the Raptors power play. Raptors down 3-1 to the Genesis. So faceoff goes out. Shot from the point. Pad save by Perkins. And Fisher will send it down ice. Goes off of the sticks. No icing there. Genesis will have to chase after it. Corbett puts the pressure on. Sent down ice. Perkins sends it over to Fisher. He was the best person to get to that puck at that point. Pass intercepted. Minor slash, no call. Genesis try to bring it in. They do not. Raptors have it. They'll send it cross ice over to Brown. Brown sends it over. Corbett gets a piece of it. Shot on net by Roy. That goes wide. Fisher tries to dump it. Fisher having his stick held. No call. Puck sent in. Save there. Fisher sends it out to Roy. That gets knocked away. And the Genesis have it. Brown denies. And Genesis take over into the corner. They'll have it behind the net. Sent around. Penalty over. Shot deflected by Perkins into the netting. We'll get a stoppage. 5:06 left in the second period.
Again, still getting shots. Possibilities are out there. Once the shots stop, then you really you wonder what's going to happen next. But continue to firing pucks on the goal.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't score unless you shoot. So Raptors have been able to get some decent shots on goal in this game. That's been an issue in the past. Knocked down by Amistadi. Still picked up. Genesis still have it in their offensive zone. Now into the corner, tries to get out in front. Massive humanity. But knocked away, and the Genesis will try to regroup into the corner. Scott back out on the ice there. Needs to be careful. A shot on net. Delayed penalty coming up. And Brady Scott is done for the night. That's his fourth penalty. And assuming the My Hockey rules are the same as like league rules, 4 penalties generally lead to.
We actually
there he
thought
goes.
Was done before that.
Nope, that was 4. So Scott is out. Rogers will serve his 2-minute. Frustrating because after the first penalty or two, it seemed almost like he had a target on his back where the referees were ready to call something on him. They were just looking for the opportunity. Anyway. Sent in. In the corner. Out to the point. Genesis still have it. They're looking for the cross-ice pass. Good setup there for them, but they couldn't get it. And now the Raptors will send it down ice. Lombardo with a little bit of extra pressure there. Gets the puck away, sends it out. Brown has it. Doesn't want to be offside, though. Raptors try to get it out, but Genesis will take it. They get some movement into the slot. Shot on net. Tied up. Lots of hands. Finally gets out and around. Genesis still have it. Now they have it in the other corner. Looking for the shot. Good screen there. Two good keeps there by the Genesis to keep it in the zone. Dangerous, too, because those players were down. If the puck did get past them, that was a good opportunity for the Raptors to get a breakout. Now deflected, goes high over Perkins' head into the glass. Sent out. Raptors need to get it out of the zone. There's the shot. Kept in. There's the shot. Swallowed up by Perkins. So finally a stoppage. 2:19 left in the second period. 10 seconds left of the penalty kill. 3-1 Genesis. Line shift behind the net here. As the Raptors get it and they send it down ice. Corbett still going after it. Penalty has ended. So back to 5-on-5 hockey. Genesis have it. They'll bring it in. Out to the point. Shot. Pad save there. Raptors into the boards. They get it out of the zone. Into the neutral zone. Captain Keener takes it along the boards. Genesis get it out, though. Cross-ice pass. There's a shot. Knuckler goes over the goal. Genesis definitely putting the pressure on right now. But Keener will bring it down ice. Knocked up in the air. Everyone needs to find it. Roy gets it. Was trying to get past his defender. Couldn't get it all the way back. Now sent back the other way. Keener gets it. There's the shot. Rebound. Sent out. Amistadi. Out in front of everyone. Defenseless player. So, at least 2 for the penalty, 10 for a check from behind, and that's going to be a 10. No, 2 should only be. It should only be. We'll see. There's some discussion on the bench here. From the movements that I saw from the official, it looked like 2-minute penalty, 10 for a check from behind, or a charge. That could have easily been a charge. And then after the yelling by the player after he got called for the penalty, he got a unsportsmanlike. So we've got some discussion here at the scorer's table. My guess would be 4 minutes and a 10. Yep, call officially on the ice is a charge, so that's a 2 and 10. But let's see what else comes out of it as Colin Fisher goes to discuss what's going on. He can. They gave him a C. He's allowed. The second penalty has not been put into... Oh. Yeah, and that guy's gone. So charging roughing misconduct. So that's 3. Oh. So that would be 4. So goodbye. So just kind of the same situation that just happened with Brady Scott, but in a much more egregious manner. Because Brady just took 4 penalties throughout the game. That's normal course of action. That's something that happens. This was 3 penalties in one play. So again, we're still trying to figure out what's going on here. Because 1, they need somebody in the box, and 2, there should be 4 on the clock, not 2. Yep. Coach Winter confirmed. The official says yes, so we're getting an adjustment to the clock. So with 51.2 seconds left in the second period, we're going to have a 4-minute power play for the Raptors. Yeah. So puck sent out, kept in by Edwards, tied up along the boards, sent back the other way. Knocked around. Genesis will intercept, though. Has their goonery inspired them more? Who knows? So Edwards will take the puck. He's looking for the breakout pass. That was a good pass. Wrong team. So sent back the other way. Nick Roy with a save at mid-ice. But goes back to the Genesis. They try to bring it in. Shot covered by Perkins, and we'll get a stoppage of 4.5. Who knows how many hundredths of seconds left? 3:13 left of the power play. Still 3-1 Genesis. So face-off goes back. That's going to be the period. As we get a whistle, I think it was an offside whistle, so it's not a big deal. Got it?
Good for the third period. Needed a little height change.
Yeah, I'm score. I final like Brady's mental stay okay.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
He missed the ball. 29 is got rejected.
Good Lord.
Oh yeah, you missed some stuff.
An injection.
I told him his team needs him. Yeah. Trying to fire them up from the forward.
Did they make the championship?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh. So my color commentator is back as we had some shifting and positioning issues.
Let's go Raptors!
Brady Scott still doing okay.
Yes, he'll be on the bench here helping out the the team in the third.
Okay. So puck brought in by the Genesis. Edwards hit from behind, but not hard enough for really a call to justify a call. It's fair. Edwards sends it over to Corbett. He gets to it. He gets down. Tough in the corner there. Genesis will send it all the way down ice. Picked up by the Genesis. Sent back around. Raptors unable to control it, so the Genesis will take it. They'll send it in. Roy cross ice. Stegall gets a piece of it over to Keener. Keener will bring it into the zone. Shot gets deflected. Edwards has it stripped. A great poke check there by Roy. We go back the other way. Roy brings it in. Out to Corbett at the point. There's the shot. Goes off of a shin guard. Tied up in the corner now. Puck sent all the way down. Edwards will pick this one back up. 1:30 left in the power play. Deflected. Icing waved off. Not sure why. So Fisher takes it. Sends it over to Brown. Brown to Lombardo, who will dump it in. Lee chases after it. It gets sent down the other way. All the way in. Rogers will have to chase after it. Loses the handle. Genesis have it. They send it all the way out to regroup. Hold on to the puck a little bit. They lose control. Brown sends it back over to Rogers. Rogers loses the handle and is not happy with himself. Genesis have it behind their own net. They send it around. They're just trying to kill the penalty here. Fisher gets it. He sends it over, but gets picked up in the neutral zone by the Genesis, and they will send it all the way down the other end. Technically a shot. Brown flips it over. Pucks are just not going to the Raptors. The Raptors are getting the pucks, but they're not able to connect in the passes. Lombardo has it now. Penalty is over. Picked up by Keener. Keener tried to get better positioning for the shot, but unable to get a total shot off. He got a partial shot off. I understand what he was doing there, but just unable to get the wrister off. 10:41 left in the third. 3-1 Genesis. Puck sent around the boards. Genesis will pick this one up. They try to get it out, but intercepted by Driggers. They send it over into the Raptors' offensive zone. Driggers will go chase. Bouncing puck. Edwards keeps it in. Almastadi out there on the ice. Good to see them healthy after that ugly check earlier. Puck sent forward. We've got a 3-on-1 opportunity here. Good puck movement there. The Genesis can do that. Driggers will fight for it on the board.
Fight for it! There you go.
Gets sent all the way down ice. That'll be an icing. So 9:45 left in the third. We'll get a face-off deep in the Raptors' defensive zone. Raptors down 3-1. Face-off attempt here. Tied up in front. Fisher gets this one out over to Corbett. Corbett takes the big open ice hit. Couldn't get a good angle of that to see how legal that was, but the officials were there, so. Puck sent all the way down ice. Fisher on his horse to go get it. Now tied up along the corner there. Segal. Corbett will get a piece of it. Segal still fighting for it. Gets out, kept in. Glove saving a beauty there. Give him a double!
Give him two!
So the Genesis getting away with a lot right now. They're catching the penalties. But when you have to have the person who mans the penalty box separate the player from the official, you really think that maybe there should be a little extra in there. But not my feelings that are getting hurt. Tough angle there. Just an absolute missed opportunity there for the Raptors. Face-off got back. Brown unable to get to it in time. And just the Genesis player caught it perfectly on the stride, was able to make the breakaway and put it past Perkins to make it a 4-1 game. Shorthanded goal, those are always tough to take. Brown knocks it away. Lombardo will go pick this one up along the boards. Sent in. Dumped out of the zone. Brown will go catch up to it. Goes to settle the puck down. Backhands it. Gets blocked. Now tied up behind the net. Bounces out in front. Keener got a piece of it, but knocked away. Keener will recover. Up, and there's the slot again. What a save by Perkins!
Job, Perky!
Stretches out the pad. Read the move the whole way. Man, you and I can't do that. Now, high stick.
Oh.
And Lombardo goes in the box. Noted goon Corin Lombardo gets his yearly penalty. With 7:43 left in the third period, we've got 4-on-4 hockey. Puck sent around the boards. Amistadi goes after it, and it'll be Corbett. But the Genesis will take it. Shot on net. Deflected by Perkins. Puck goes out of the zone, so the Genesis will have to regroup. Pressure put on. Corbett will dump it in. Corbett apparently was behind the red line when he dumped it in, so that'll be an icing. 7:20 left in the third. 4-1 Genesis. It could be worse, but it could be better. Genesis showing the great puck movement that they've had this whole game. Puck sent over to Corbett. Picked up out of the zone. Segal tries to get a piece of it. Sent back the other way. Amistadi will chase after it. Circles the net. Sent down ice. Now they're on the power penalty kill, so you can dump it with no problem. Defensive line shift there for the Raptors as the Genesis will bring it into the zone. Corbett with a little shove there as he goes past. Now Segal takes the puck, gets past one, gets past the other.
Oh,
Segal's got to be careful with that stick.
Sticks are getting up high.
Both
there.
sticks. That looked like it should have been, but man, another great save there by Perkins. He's feeling it right now. Again, a key move that, nope, that's going to be a potential offside. Now Lombardo's out of the box, putting the pressure on. Can't get to it. The Genesis will bring it in. Lombardo with a little contact there, stops the initial play. Fisher gets in there. Lombardo with a pin against the boards. Corbett goes for it. He loses the stick. The Genesis have it. Good check in front there by Lombardo. Now Rogers sends it down ice. He'll follow it up. It's tied up now into the corner. Raptors will go after it. But the Genesis will send it deep. Bouncing puck gets past Brown. He'll recover, though. Sends it over to Fisher. Fisher off the boards. Gets it out of the zone. Driggers gets in there. Knocks it away from the Genesis player. They recover, though. The Genesis brings it into the zone. Looking for the pass. Pass in front. A tough pass there, intercepted by the Genesis in peak space there, but in essence, too close to Perkins. So it's easy enough for him to make the save. I say easy. We're not doing that. Look out in front. Edwards gets it out of the zone. The Genesis will bring it back in. Cross ice pass. Now into the corner. Genesis will get it out to the point. Intercepted by Lombardo. Gets it over to Morris. Morris gets it into the zone. Can't hold on. Amistadi tries to keep it in. Goes into the neutral zone. Now we've got a what? Got a whistle. That's the thing that happened. I'm going to assume that the official feels that the puck got too close to the bench, so we've got a stoppage that way in the face-off. So into the neutral zone, no harm, no foul. Brown sends it around, goes off the stick. Opportunity there for the Genesis. But good block sends the puck into the netting. 3:33 left in the third. Genesis solidly leading 4-1 over the Raptors. And really, the difference in this game has been passing. The Genesis, very clean, crisp passes, but the Raptors have been unable to make those connections. They have at times, but they haven't been able to be consistent with it. And man, this Genesis team, you can't give them those opportunities. In front, Genesis have it at the point. They send it over into the corner. Knocked away. Corbett will go chase after it. He'll send it around the boards. Bouncing puck. Seagal gets a piece of it. He'll go fight for it. Gets it out of the zone. But they get it back. Genesis lost the handle there. Corbett will send it cross ice over to Seagal. Seagal needs to knock it down. Roy will take it. He's got some space. Sends it back over to Seagal. It's taken away by the Genesis. And they'll go back the other way. Genesis with the zone entry. Shot on net. Perkins saves it. Fisher sends it around the other way. Dagan Brown gets it off the boards. Now Colin Fisher knocks it into the neutral zone. 2:12 remaining in this one. Some stick hooking contact there, but Fisher tried for the check there, unable to get the best angle on it. Genesis just kind of holding on to the puck, which ideally that's what you want to do here. You don't have, there's no urgency for you. You're up 4-1. There's not that much time remaining. Your goal at this point is to hold on to the puck and make sure the Raptors don't have it. Taken away by Lee. Sends it over, intercepted by the Genesis. Sent around into the corner. Genesis get a piece of it. Goes back the other way. Rogers will send it in. Back to Roy. Sent back around. Rogers has it. Cross ice. Intercepted by Fisher in front of the goal. Driggers has it. Fisher has it behind the net. He tries to get it out of the zone. Cannot. Again, a microcosm of the issues that the Raptors had in this game all game. Just the inability to get the possession. As the Genesis have the passing and they have the ability to just hold the puck as long as they want to. If you don't have the puck, you can't shoot it, and if you don't shoot it, you can't score.
That's exactly right, Tom. You know, just to be able to notate, too, we've scrambled well, have great goaltending, but these little things play a big part into why the Genesis have this lead.
Great goaltending showed right there as Brian Perkins makes the glove save. We'll get another face-off here in the Raptors defensive zone. Face-off won by the Raptors. Amasadi takes it, sends it around the boards. And the whistle, that's the game. Note that the referee blew the whistle right at 0-0 before anyone heard the buzzer. It's almost like they knew they needed to do that. But that's going to be the Raptors weekend.
Very interestingly enough, that's the first time we've heard the ending end of regulation buzzer here at this arena.
Yeah, it's a very polite buzzer. It doesn't want to interrupt anyone. But
yesterday's buzzer was not heard.
No, not at all. So this Genesis team, probably the favorites to take this tournament, take this one 4-1. But just good effort, just not enough for the Raptors this afternoon. Is it afternoon? Yeah, I think it's this afternoon by this point.
Right. Well, our mornings and evenings have run into...
It depends on what time zone you're in, but 12:13, so it's afternoon technically. But we're going to sign off. For Dave Scott, I'm Tom Edwards. We will see you next weekend. You would
believe so.
think that I would prepare myself and know when these actual games are. Hold on, I'll let you know. So let's see. There. Share practice. No game this coming weekend. Just practices. So we will see you in. I don't know. We'll see you eventually. Looks like the 7th. February 7th will be the next time we see you guys. So we'll see you then.
Take care.